Hey, I'm Angelisa, and today I want to talk to you about how you can push fear to the side when doing a log hop with your dirt bike. Now you might be wondering what the difference is between a log hop and just getting over a log. Well, getting over a log requires momentum, just lifting up your front tire and then touching on the other side over the log with your front tire, and then your back tire will hit. Whereas a log hop is a different technique where you're throttling through, you're lifting your front tire all the way through with momentum. Your back tire will hit the log, and then you either land flat on the other side or slightly on your back tire and then your front tire. And we're going to talk about how you can push the fear of doing a log hop when it comes to lifting your tire and throttling through. This technique is on the advanced side of technical riding, but I'm going to do my best to explain how I push fear out of the way, because I'll admit I face fears every single day. In fact, I even had a hard time filming this for you guys, because there's a lot happening in this old noggin. So I'm gonna do my best to break it down for you on how we can overcome fear to lift our tires up and to do a smooth and controlled log hop over logs. Now, I see it all the time when I have women come over to my enduro park, and I see the fear. Heck, like I said, see it within myself of going over logs such as this one, just lifting up that tire. So I get it. I understand it. I understand why we have a lot of fear. It doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel safe when we lift our tire up. We're not used to it, and our brains are trying to protect us by keeping both wheels on the ground. Especially when we are hitting trails that are a little bit trickier terrain, we see a log in front of us, and a few things tend to happen. We either throttle through, we go and we hit logs with as much speed as we can. Sometimes we black out and we don't know what happens, and we just hope for the best. Have you been there? Because I have. Or another thing is we approach the log perfectly, but then we panic, we pull the clutch in too early, and then we are stuck on top. We didn't follow through successfully. How many of us have been there, done that? I have. And a lot of us have developed a really bad habit of pulling the clutch in too early, too quick, and that is when we slam down onto the logs or other obstacles, and we can smash our pipes, break bottom out, or all of the things, or slip out on the log, or get hung up, whatever. So we are so quick to be on that clutch, but we're not quick on being on the throttle. This is where I want you to take the time to practice some of the tips and tricks that I'm going to share with you today in getting used to lifting your front tire. So how do we lift our front tire? Well, that's simple. We got to go back to the basics. Yes, I know. This is a log hop. I don't want to learn about the basics because I've been there, done that. But it's so important to go back to the basics and work on drills such as clutch ups, such as standing wheelies, to get used to lifting our tire up on demand, working on our clutch control, throttle control, and brake control. Now, I'm not going to teach you on how to clutch up. I'm not going to teach you how to stand up. I'm not going to teach you how to do standing wheelies. But what I'm going to show you here is that doing all of these things are going to help you do a log hop successfully and smoothly and safely. It's crucial to learn how to use your clutch and your throttle together. The timing is so important when it comes to lifting our tire up. So spend the time doing clutch ups until you've mastered the clutch up and you're able to get a clutch up every single time. Now, start with little lifts, and every time you do it, I want you to bring that tire up higher every single time. And this way we're getting used to seeing our tire higher and higher. And then we're not in a panic mode every single time to bring that tire back down. We're getting used to seeing our tire in the air, high up, and then we're controlling it to bring it down. All right, so once you've lifted your tire up a few times doing the clutch up, now we're gonna do a standing wheelie. So standing wheelie is basically applying what we've done with the clutch up. We have our clutch control, we have our throttle control, and now we're just standing. So we're moving, it's a slow moving, and we're compressing our suspension, and your tire will lift. And this is where I want you to practice bringing your throttle, turning it off, or bringing your wrist back to turning the gas off. So I'm gonna say letting off the throttle, or I'm gonna say throttle off, gas off. So I want you to practice throttle control. So on the gas, off the gas, on the gas, off the gas. And when you're on the gas, your bike is gonna wanna go up, your front tire is gonna wanna go up, and then off the gas is bringing that tire back down. And while you're doing that, I want you to also get into the habit of using your back brake, so that if you do lift your tire up too high, you're able to tap that back brake and you bring it down. You can also pull in the clutch. For all of these things though, we rely so heavily on our clutch, so I don't want you to focus too much on the clutch part when it comes to bringing that tire back down. Yes, use it, but try using your back brake more so than your clutch. Throttle control is very important here. So once we're doing the standing wheelie, I want you to practice bringing that wheel up and try to hold your wheel up longer and longer every time. And so that requires being on and off the gas, bringing your tire up, down, up, down, up, down. So I don't expect you guys to get this right off the start. This comes with, again, a lot of practice. It might come over a couple days, weeks, months. But getting used to or having the habit of throttle control is going to be the best thing, because when we are approaching a log and we're doing the log hop, we really need that throttle to carry our momentum over, up and over, and then we let off the throttle to bring the bike down so that we can do a successful log hop. Letting out the clutch is super important in this case when we are hitting obstacles, but it's the throttle control that carries us through obstacles is so much more important so that we land things successfully. Now, I'm not saying clutch isn't important, because it is, but we really need to trust our skills with the throttle, with throttle control, to get us over smoothly and safely. Once we get over, then that's when we can pull in the clutch if we feel like we're going too fast, and push on the brake, and then we're slow and controlled. I'm not going to spend time on this topic. However, I do want to highlight that it's very important to customize your ride to you, especially your suspension setup. Do not overlook it. Invest in it, because it's just going to help with your riding. I will leave a link over here on this video so that you can take a look after. I am shy of 5 feet, so I have to do a lot of modifications to my dirt bike. So I've created a whole video over there that you can check out so that you can learn on how to customize your dirt bike to you. But again, suspension is everything. Invest in that. Now, if you're finding it hard to let go of the clutch completely, look at your hands. See how your hand position is. Are you using 2 fingers? Are you using 1 finger? Are you using all fingers to pull in the clutch? Take a look at what your hands are doing. Are you finding it hard to find the engagement point where your clutch is just about to let off and your bike is trying to go? Is your clutch out too far? Is it too close? So all of these things are extremely important when it comes to doing obstacles. With my experience when it comes to snowmobiles and dirt bikes, I feel I have so much more control in my arms and in my hands is when I can grip my entire bar with my hands. I'm a 1-finger type gal, so I need an easy pull clutch so that I can really do these obstacles. I can't ride with 2 fingers. I have a very strong middle finger, if you will, and it restrains me, it restricts me from letting out my clutch. My middle finger doesn't want to. It just wants to stay in. And it's because I'm so used to having so much control when it comes to my bars. I want to be in attack position. I want to feel strong. I don't have a strong upper body. I don't even have strong fingers. So I really need my attack position and strong hands. And when I have strong hands, then I feel like I can go through anything. So take a look, if you're anything like me, take a look at maybe getting an easier pull clutch lever, seeing if that works. There's a ton of them on the market. I'll link up a video over here. I use the Midwest Mountain Engineering clutch. Now, it does require some finicking, some finesse when you are riding, but once you have it on lockdown, it is the best thing ever. So I love it. I will not go back to the stock. I even tried going back to the stock to do a maneuver this summer and it did not work. I find stock levers to be so stiff and I need more than 2 fingers to pull it in because again, I'm a weakling over here and I just can't ride when I have no strength in my hands. So just something to look into. Just wanted to add that in there. If you ride with 2 fingers and you're able to let go, let out the clutch, perfect, skip that step. So once you've got the clutch up, once you've got your standing wheelie, and you feel more in control when it comes to lifting your tire up, then we can move on to hitting logs. Okay, let's talk about log setup. There are a few different types of log setups. I recommend on finding a medium-sized log and also finding something that will help. I call them helpers or I call them kickers, something that will help lift your tire up so that you can get used to getting that tire up higher and over the log. So in this case, it looks like having the logs are a medium size. I will have a smaller log in front of it, again, to lift that tire slightly so that I have more of an advantage of getting over the log. This is going to help if you're not strong with your standing wheelies or you're not feeling as confident in getting that tire up on time. So this is going to allow your tire to lift easier and then you can get used to throttling through and keeping that momentum that you need to successfully get over the log. So doing logs, you don't need a whole lot of speed into them. What requires is just the momentum, the compression, and the clutch and throttle like what we just learned or what we practice when it comes to clutch ups and standing wheelies. This is the tricky part where we need to be on the gas and not full throttle, but we need to keep a steady throttle through the obstacle so that we're not dropping our front end right away. We want to carry our tire all the way through until our back tire hits the log and then we can bring that tire back down. So this is where throttle control is crucial and we want to make sure that we're able to turn the gas off once we feel that back tire hit the log. This is going to, again, require a lot of time. If you have a few hours to spend on this drill, amazing. Pack snacks, pack water. But really what comes down to it is the fear factor of throttling through. We've done the clutch ups, we've done the standing wheelies. We have the ability to lift our tire up. We have the ability to turn off the gas when we need to. We all have the habit of being good on our clutch if things go wrong. So now what it comes down to is our surroundings, right? So when it comes to pushing our fear to the side, when it comes to throttling through an obstacle, bringing our tire up, we need to sit back and do an internal check. Are we safe? Am I wearing the right gear? Do I have friends to help me? Do I have a buddy? Always have a buddy when you're trying new things. Do I have the skills that I need to know to do this type of obstacle? And do I know what to do if something goes sideways? If you said yes to all of those, then you are ready to do a log hop. I promise you, the more that you practice this type of drill, this type of skill, the better and smoother it is when it comes to doing logs, especially in the trails. When you can do a log hop and you have the confidence to get it over in a smooth and controlled environment, oh man, do you ever feel like such a badass and your confidence is just gonna skyrocket. It is honestly the best feeling, okay? So again, this is not an overnight success. This is gonna take multiple days to get you to push that fear to the side. But when you can do an overall picture of what the skills that you need to do to get you from point A to point B, it's just taking the time, doing internal checks with yourself and feeling good about it, feeling good about progression. That's what it takes, is these small steps, the failures and the lessons learned. The more that we practice, the more good habits we're going to adapt and the more confidence we're going to feel with our skills and the ability to get over most obstacles. So gear up, go practice with a buddy, find some logs to ride on, find little helpers to help you lift that tire up, do your tire lifts, whether it's clutch ups or standing wheelies, and get used to getting that front tire up, because I would say that is the number one scariest thing, is seeing your tire up in an uncontrolled manner. And now that we've learned how to control the lift and control it to come back down, you can get through anything, any type of obstacle, I guarantee it. I hope this video has helped you push fear to the side. I actually do have a podcast all about fear. You can check that out next. And it's just gonna help you in an environment when you are feeling scared, out of your comfort zone. I hope these tips have helped you. Let me know in the comments, or if you want to add anything, please do so as well. Once you learn the technique of doing a log hop, you're going to feel so much more smooth, so much more in control, and holy moly, you are going to feel like one badass and such a good rider, and it's going to give you a big boost of confidence the next time you get out to ride. Keep killing it safely out there, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye. So this is the part where I tell you just to send it. No, we are learning control. I think that's it. I think we got it. Keep killing it safely, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Ah!